Hello you guys, what is up and welcome back to another video. Today I am doing a hanging with Hannah. I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me questions about literally anything, and so today I'm going to be answering all of your questions. So I'm going to pull it up on my phone. And also with my mom, she's in bed right now. I don't know if you can see her.
Hi guys.
But we are in Idaho right now. And it's a little chilly out, so that's why we are hanging out in the van right now. I also have not really looked at these questions and prepared any answers, so it's all going to be completely on the fly. Alrighty guys, first question was, did I ever consider something bigger than a van, as in a school bus, RV, ambulance, etc.? Sorry, Grace is drinking water. No, I never considered anything bigger than a van, just because I feel like the van is everything that I need. It's a sufficient enough space. And also I think driving anything bigger by myself would just be a little bit more on the nerve-wracking side of things. And with the van I can camp anywhere. It's more self-camping, so I can park literally anywhere, and it is good on most driving circumstances, I guess. Like school buses, a little sketchier on bumpy roads, but the van does fine most roads. So next question, where do you go to the bathroom / shower? I got a few of these questions. Bathroom in nature. If I'm in the city, I'll go to coffee shops, gas stations, grocery stores, anything like that. Friends' houses if they're in town. And then showering out in nature. I'm kind of just a dirtball, to be completely honest, and during the summer it's obviously warm enough to go in lakes and stuff, so I'll hop in there, use my biodegradable soap. Otherwise I have baby wipes and those work pretty well. What's my biggest fear? Well, I'm honestly definitely afraid of heights, but I try to conquer that and like do adrenaline stuff that makes me face that fear. Yeah. Why did I not decide to go to college, and what would I have been interested in if I went to school? I decided not to go to school because A, I didn't want to get in debt. B, I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do because I was too interested in too many things. So if I were to go to school, there's like 5 things that I was interested in. Marine biology being one, criminology, like social justice work, being like a detective, I thought that would be amazing. I also was interested in nutrition and exercise science. I think space is so cool, and it'd be really cool to study space, but yeah, that's about it. I got a lot of questions on making money on the road. So right now I'm actually not making money through any social media form or anything like that. I just had savings and I'm living off savings, but hopefully I will be making money through social media soon enough. Otherwise, I am totally down to get a job working at a coffee shop, bars, restaurants, anything like that. I love the hospitality industry, and I've been doing that stuff since I was 16 anyways, so I think that'd be really cool. I am planning on going to Baja probably this winter and maybe getting a job at a scuba diving shop. I think that would just be awesome, so we'll see. Next question. From my lovely twin sister. Who do you miss the absolute most? Of course I miss you, Sydney. I have my mom here, so obviously I can't say I miss her because she's with me right now. But I love you, Sid.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody asked me the Walmart to campground overnight ratio for me. I've only slept at Walmart once. It honestly was great. But I just try to camp in dispersed wild camp spots, so not necessarily campsites. I actually have never camped at like a paid campground. I just try to find random spots to park on iOverlander. So, how much did my van build cost? The van build itself cost around, I want to say like $12,000. It's very iffy just because of all the things that I got. I didn't really keep track of it all, but I would say around there. What are some things I hate about my van? I don't really hate anything about my van. I honestly love it. Yeah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. How long do I plan on doing van life? Honestly, I can see myself living in my van probably at least like 3 to 5 years. And then probably settling down somewhere. It just really depends. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, so I can't say what I'm gonna be doing in 5 years either. Somebody asked me, being a family girl, do you ever dream of settling down and having kids one day? Settling down, yes. Kids, I probably will have kids, but like right now as a 20-year-old, I can't imagine having kids, so I most likely will, but we'll see. Advice for a girl in college looking to be a solo female van lifer in the future. Work hard, it's totally worth it, and get used to being alone because it can be sometimes very lonely, and I'm still working on that myself. Thankfully, my mom came out and comforted me because I was going through a little bit of a rough patch, but I would definitely say just go out there and work your hardest and make your dreams happen, because if you really want it, you can do it, and it'll be awesome. What were some fears you had before travel started that you've now overcome? Finding camp spots, I was always worried about like being in a panic and trying to find a camp spot. I've been pretty good about staying ahead of it and planning, but finding camp spots was something that I was a little nervous about, but I feel like I have figured it out for the most part. I've already had one scary encounter at a campground, so nothing can really beat that, so I feel pretty comfortable camping by myself wherever now. What do I eat while living in the van? Some whole food or recipe suggestions. I eat a lot. Breakfast is basically either bagels with avocado or oatmeal, and I eat a lot of hummus and pasta, and I try to eat a lot of veggies. It's pretty simple cooking. Like my palate has definitely changed into more of simple recipes, but I love it. It's just basically a protein, carb, and a fat. Do I speak any Spanish? Yo hablo un poco español, but I'm trying to get better. That is something that I definitely want to learn more of. I took like 6 years of it. I just need to practice it more. Worst part of van life so far. Best and worst part of van life. Best part of van life, finding amazing, beautiful spots and just being out there. I just love being in nature, so definitely that's like the best part of it all. Just being able to go anywhere and explore. It's really a lot of freedom. Worst part of van life so far, I would just say, is the loneliness aspect that I'm working on. It's just very uncomfortable for me. I'm very extroverted, so it's like I have to grow through that uncomfortableness, you know? That's where you grow the most, so I'm working on it. Highlight and lowlight of this week. Highlight, my lovely mom coming and seeing me. Lowlight of this week, just, it's been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster this week, so I would say that. Is there anything I would change about my van? I would put my gray water tank underneath my van instead of inside, and I would, honestly, I'd probably get a Nature's Head toilet, just because of the convenience of it, but besides that, I really wouldn't change much. I love my van, I love the layout of it, I've planned it for 2 years, so it's pretty much everything that I had envisioned. Must-haves versus things you learned you don't need. Honestly, I have way too many clothes. Like, you guys have seen this flannel in probably the last 3 videos, and I'm not ashamed of it. But things that I think are essential in the van, I just got a guitar, thank you mom, and I think that's really essential. Just things to stay busy, I guess, while you're on the road, because like I said, you kind of get bored sometimes. So you need things to stay busy, card games, yeah, enough food, some drinks, and coffee. Alrighty, my homeboy Ben, dating advice on the road. Well, Ben, I wish I gave you some advice because I don't have any. Yeah, I have realized dating on the road is interesting. It's definitely not easy, especially like because this is my home already. It's just like to find somebody else to just come in your home and basically live with you full time. It's interesting, to say the least. I wish I had better advice, but I don't. I'm still learning, and if I figure it out, I'll let you know. Hardest part about uploading videos while on the road? Definitely service. I got that device from a few videos back. I'll link it up here if you haven't seen it, and honestly, it was a piece of shit. Didn't work at all. So, I've just been using my personal hotspot. Hasn't worked great, hasn't worked terribly, but I'm still trying to figure out that situation with Wi-Fi. So if anybody has any great tips, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to figure that out. How do you decide where next to travel or places to travel in general? Well, I'm trying to chase warm weather, and it's also based on, like, if I have friends anywhere, places I just want to go and see. I use the app iOverlander. It's literally the best app ever to find all the spots to camp. But it's really, I don't really plan anything. It's more of just a spur of the moment. I have a general idea of where I'm going to be and what I'm going to be doing, but definitely trying to chase warm weather. Do you have any travels, or do your travels have to do with where your friends live, or how did you decide your route? I kind of answered that already, but I do want to visit friends. That's like something that's super important to me, so I will go and find my friends wherever they are. Yeah, that's basically it. What do you think the key ingredient is to keep the mind sharp? Thank you, Jordan, for asking them that question. I miss you. I think it has to do with just staying positive. I know that sounds stupid, but I journal a lot, and honestly that like saves me some days. If I'm having a rough day, I do that. Being outside is honestly great as well. Reading books is really important. I try to read a lot of those like quote-unquote self-help books, so I think that's a great tool as well. Watching like YouTube motivational videos. Yeah. How do you downsize everything to a van? Well, I really didn't have a lot to begin with. It was more just having a lot of clothes, and I just went through my clothes like literally every month probably and just got rid of a ton of shit that I wasn't wearing. And that was basically it. And how long does it take to get used to van life or being in a tiny area? Honestly, it didn't take me that long. Like, this feels like a very small dorm or studio apartment, and I love being in a tiny area because I have everything that I need, and it feels really safe in here because I'm not having to have a ton of space to be like wandering around in. Hardest part of van life, like I said, probably being alone. And biggest lessons I've learned while being on the road is probably you create your own happiness, and I'm still working on that as much as I preach it. I struggle with it like everyone else does. So I would just say staying positive and staying strong. But yeah, that is all the questions for today's video. My camera is about to die, so I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for Thursday's video. It will have my mom and all of our adventures there, so be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day. Goodbye, you guys. I'm just about to die!